Welcome everyone to the final match of the first round of the April 2014 Tanoshii tournament. In this match we will decide the final two players who play in the quarterfinals. The top two players based on total Tenho score after 2 hanchan advance. Our players are oldpier, zheitny, Adenis and Anony. Zheitny, of course, a veteran of the Tanoshii tournament scene, but Anony is the true famous face here. He's even more of a Yakuman hunter than eigth is, and he's known for getting quite a bit of Yakumans and coining the term Koku shit, because that Yakuman is simply not good enough for this guy. So we'll see if he advances to the next round, falls out completely because he isn't that skilled apparently, or gets a Yakuman. Although I must admit that when I played him, he's quite a scary opponent. The dan ranks fairly high for the other players, zheitny at the 4th dan and oldpier at 3rd dan. Even Adenis at 1st dan. The match should begin right about now. And here we go. First dealer is oldpier, Dora is ton. There's currently 2 tons drawn for Anony and zheitny. The others in the wall. Anony right off the bat discards 5 man, breaking a tatsu. So he's of course going for something completely all in.
Huh.
Adenis quickly open with the Sun 1 pawn, Isonten on Shah Anko Akaichi. No diving can either, aiming for the cheap one, 2000 or 26. Oldpier, the dealer, has a Sanshoku in Sanshanten. As for zheitny, that's a Sanshanten towards spin for Aka. Oldpier Sanshoku is gone, might try a Tanya instead. And Adenis Tempai, 5/8 pin weight, 3 in the wall at the moment. Enitsumo is 2700 points, meanwhile a 5 pin run is 2000 and 8 pin run 2600 points. Anony has been building this Sousu Honitsu since the start. It is now Ruanshanten, and would be Hatsu Honitsu for some 4000 unless it's closed.
Nung.
Oldpier deals into Adenis. 2-6. Adenis first place. A new round, a new Yakuman attempt from Anony, I suppose. But zheitny is dealing, and he's hanchan. Nobody better than hanchan at the moment. Dora is 7, so no Dora drawn by anyone. Zheitny gets hanchan for zheitotsu alongside a double east pair. Punch double east. Discards 2 mana volatiles. I think Suso would have been better. Adenis hanchan, Haku Anko might go open again, just like last hand, or go with a Riichi. Zheitny hanchan. Anony gunning for maybe Su Anko. He's far away. Adenis again going for the open hand with the Yakuhai Anko. Tenpai waiting on a 7-9 pin. All of them in the wall. All of them going to be discarded. Adenis Tsumos. That's 2 wins in a row for Adenis, but they're both very cheap, so he isn't really in a massive lead or anything. Everybody at 20,000s. Dora is Su1 at the moment. Zheitny has Dora. Adenis has Dora Ichi and is stealing. Oldpier now has a legitimate Honitsu case here. Sha Honitsu Akadora would be Mangan. That's an easy first place to get if he gets that. Anony's hand here is probably a Mansu Honitsu. It's 5 hanchan on Churenpoto, although Zheitny has dropped both 9-mans. So Churenpoto is impossible. So Zheitny is going for a Kuitan Dora. Still hanchan. Oldpier discards the Iso, huh? Adenis hanchan, Tanya Dora. That would be a pretty strong hand to Tsumo as dealer after Riichi. Zheitny after a second call is only hanchan. I wonder why Anony discarded the 9-man instead of an honor tile. Does he not want Chinitsu or something? Oldpier decides to play it safe for some reason. That can still become a Toy. Adenis Tenpai, Tanya Doraichi, and again playing it really cheap. A Damaten. Wait on Uso. All of them are in Oldpier's hand, yes, but Adenis doesn't know that. Oldpier might deal to Zheitny here, but does not. Zheitny's Tenpai, the U1 weight is only 1 in the wall now. Okay, Oldpier is hanchan on Toy, but deals into Zheitny. And the Tanya Dora Zheitny is up to second place. Oldpier falling to a pretty tough last, but still nobody about 30,000. Anony has dealership. Of course, a quick hand to get a hanchan is a completely foreign concept to this player. Dora is the messenger. Only Zheitny really has any Dora that are useful. That's a pin for hanchan. So Anony are going for something big, maybe with a Tanya or zheitny, Hakadora. Still giving the honors like, I mean, I don't understand it at all. Oldpier has another Suanko threat hand. This one is pretty fast too. It's Isoter on IPK, Ruanshatter on Suanko. Adenis could go for a Sanshoku with these tiles. Itsu is semi-available as well, but Sanshoku is faster. Anony has zheitny to Isanten, but he seems to absolutely hate the concept of going for Tanya. Well, it helps him. Anony has Tenpai, read zheitny to Aka. This is completely standard actually. The tone weight is really good too. There's 2 left in the wall and people won't be wary of an orbital weight. Zheitny's got Tenpai but decides to not even declare Pursuit Riichi. And oldpier falls for Anony's trap. Anony takes first place! With the Inten fairly standard zheitny. So Anony now gets a hanchan even. He was dealing, so his first place is really good. Oldpier is down to only 8,500 points. And zheitny commits an act of blasphemy. Or maybe not, as Anony would agree that nobody should go for cuckoo shit. So at the second Honba, Anony is still in first place. Oldpier is still close to death. After dealing into a 9-6. Dora is Haku. Anony is really good for a dumping Sanshoku type hand. But he's still giving the other tiles. Because it's Anony. Taking Ruanshatten Pinfu. By the way, Oldpier at this point is almost 20,000 points behind zheitny, who is in third. So his counter could require some really big hands. For a one-shot comeback, a Baimon Tsuma is minimum. Oldpier's hand is just bad. Ruanshatten are nothing notable. Anony of course breaks his entire hand for the sake of keeping a couple canopy other tiles. Adenis discarding Hakudora like they were anything special. And zheitny is on Pinfu. Adenis has 2 Hakudora at the moment, but the hand shape is still weak. He draws a pair of one of his other tiles, that Shun. But zheitny is already Tenpai and Pinfu Riichi. Weight is Suchiso, which is at the moment 4 in the wall. Anony, despite having other tiles, doesn't bet out with them. Does it mean he's vulnerable to a deal-in? However, he would himself keep Suchiso if he draws one. And he does draw one. And he is actually Isanten, and he might actually be able to attack here. Adenis calls, Anony reaches, it's Riichi, Akadora, Takame Chun waiting on Chun and Rosso. Both Rosso gone, so a single Chun in the wall only. And zheitny Tsumos. Thanks to Anony's, Adenis' call. And with Oyakabu and 3 zheitny is in first place by 800 points above Anony. Ventures out first. Oldpier is the dealer and now has to make something happen. He can trust Anony won't end his dealership with ending fast, so he only has to contend with zheitny and Adenis. But Adenis has his favorite Yaku pair there. Can go for another really quick cheap hand. So with 2 Akadora, that's far from cheap. This can also chase a open Tanya if he draws some good Mansu tiles. Adenis Isanten. Possible Sanshoku IPK Doradora actually. And then he breaks his Sanshoku. For no reason at all. So players Oldpier has been developing this Pinfu and is now Isanten with it. Possibly IPK to Anony's hand is incoherent. Oldpier Tenpai. Reach Pinfu with a 3-way weight is fairly simple.
Reach.
1 for 7 mana. So there's 4 tiles in the wall for Oldpier to sumo. Alonia is Sun Anko Ryuan-shanten and has had 3 Dora since the beginning. So if he gets his hand, it would score high. But he's already thrown away so many useful tiles that it's unlikely he would suddenly convert a win here. Adenis still stuck in Isanten. Adenis Tenpai. That would be a Riichi Doradora Takome IPK. It's only a Damaten.
Reach dash.
Anony actually gets Tenpai and declares Riichi. And that is Sananko. Riichi Dorasan Tsumari Sanan. Waiting on 3-4, so there's 1 each in the wall. If it sumos it, that would be a Haneman. Anony gets a Haneman Sumo with the Sananko! No Ura, but with that Anony is in a great first place position. 15,200 points for zheitny. Furthermore, from losing the rich stick and taking Haneman Oyakaburi, Oldpier is down to 600. And it's worth more than 2,000 points kills him at this point. zheitny is dealing and beating Anony is possible with a dealer Mangan Sumo. He's going for Itsu. Adenis meanwhile wants to beat zheitny. He would need a 2,000 Sumo to do that, but his hand is pretty weak. Anony are going for maybe Menhon, Itsu, Yakuhai. And Oldpier is going for 1 Dora only. Actually, he can't win because he has no Yaku and can't reach it. zheitny Isanten on absolutely nothing. 9-pin discard would have let him go for Itsu later. Adenis is Cheeton Ryuan-shanten. If he sumos that, he makes it to second just fine. Oldpier Isanten again, no Yaku. Maybe a Sanshoku Dora or Transco Pinflora is possible. Adenis goes open, banish Hatsuta, possibly Toy. Oldpier gets to Ishan, then breaks for no reason. Oldpier is Tempai. Need to break these and just weaken the shape. Oldpier breaks a Tempai. Adenis can call the Tempai with this and shoot pretty much. Oldpier has a Pinfudora Ishanten. Anony remaining closed on the Honitsu. That's actually both in the wall, not Anonya's hand. Anonya is Ishanten on a possible main on Itsu IPK. Or a Haku Menhon Aka. Oldpier Pinfudora Ichi Tempai. 6-9 pin weight effectively.
No.
And zheitny deals to Oldpier. Oldpier isn't dead yet. But he sure is damn close to death. No dealership either. Anonya's monster hand is blocked. That Honitsu doesn't see the light of Ishanten. Light of Tempai, it was Ishanten. So it's Adenis' dealership. He has a good chance of overtaking zheitny now. Then is at best some kind of Tanio Sanshoku implementation, though Tampin alone is fine. Anonya again a Honitsu hand. zheitny doing a south only attack. The Oldpier's hand is a crap Pinfu.
Reach.
Adenis declares Riichi. Riichi Pinfudora Takame Tanio. It's actually a possible dealer Mangan, or even a Hanematsumo. Overtaking Anonya is not impossible. zheitny attacking into Ishanten. But this might deal into Adenis' hand. Oh, he Betaurus at the last moment. Anonya not afraid of anything, discarding an Akadora into Dealer Riichi. Oldpier Ishanten on Doraichi. Being possible to Anonya's Hatsugiri backfires pretty damn badly. I'm not sure why I was so afraid of the E-pin there. Oldpier Tempai, Riichi Wandora stays Damaten. He would have gotten a Riichi Ippatsu Dora Mangan direct hit. Instead completely fails by not declaring Riichi. Oldpier, what are you doing? Anonya got Ishanten on Menhon Chitoitsu. Too bad he missed Atsuper back then. Still defending fairly acceptably actually. Reminder that he hasn't dealt into anything this game despite the seemingly reckless playstyle. Okay, Anonya's out of this completely. So he still can't get Tempa without discarding Adenis' winning tile. High tails for Anonya. Doesn't really matter. zheitny can't get Tempa anymore. It deals in for no reason. No reason at all. Zheitny plays into a 5/8 there. Make the 1/16. And now the gap between Zheitny and Adenis is over 20,000. So it's oldpier trying to beat Zheitny and Adenis trying to beat Anony. Zheitny trying to defend, Anony trying to make a Yakuman. This time it looks like a multi-suit Chanta or maybe a Pinzu Honitsu. Adenis meanwhile going with 2 Akadora in Cheeto to Sanshanten, otherwise only Sushanten. Zheitny, Pin Furuan Shanten. Adenis going for the Squeetan and it's now Ishanten and there's 2 Dora. Adenis Tenpai. A direct hit would be an instant comeback. Sumo would continue the game and Adenis with the Sumo 2100 all. At this point, I can't really afford to go for any sort of. This is a comeback actually, it all the Sumo damages. So Anony is back down to second place. Of course, still has quite a bit of points. His next hand of Anony are throwing away a Ruanaman going towards a Mansu Honitsu or Chinitsu. And I admit it's actually working. Meanwhile, Adenis has a Ruan Shanten towards Stampin Dora, make it an E-Shanten. In a bad state, of course. Oldpier, he got knocked down to only 500 points after the previous Sumo. Which means that even a Gomi would knock him down to 0 at the moment. Never mind one of Anony's Honitsu nukes. Anony actually Sushanten for a pure 9 gates, but again both Q and down on the river, so no chance. Adenis' E-Shanten improves greatly, yet he refuses that improvement. Are you stupid? Zheitny's final reach is a reach Tanya Pin Fudora. That's manga class guaranteed. 5 Uppawa Machi. Of course, Zheitny Tsumasa will only cause Adenis to fall into second place thanks to Yakkaburi. Adenis going for a counterattack. Anony Chinitsu E-Shanten. Oh boy. And with Zheitny's waiting the Manzo, Anony will not deal in. That's guaranteed. Anony Chinitsu is a Tenpai? I don't think it is. Adenis Chinitsu, Tanya Doraichi Tenpai. Waiting the very same Sui as the other two. As well as this Sanso. Zheitny leads to Adenis, Adenis' lead increases further on. Tanya Doraichi plus 2 harmony plus 3 stick. With that is 5k ahead of Anonia, which doesn't really matter because Anonia will go for a manga minimum. Oldpier still needs a manga to beat Zheitny. And he's still alive despite everything that has happened. Anony's next target is another Manzu, Honitsu, or Chinitsu. And it is, this is what I was talking about, it's really scary how he actually manages to get those close to winning so often. The hanchan power level is almost visible. Swirling flow. Anony are 4 tiles away from Chinitsu right now. Zheitny has 2 Dora in his hand, neither in a solid position, and a Chun pair. Oldpier going towards maybe thumping Dora. If we can direct hit Zheitny with that, it would be a comeback. Adenis' hand is a Chitoitsu and otherwise 2 hanchan, possibly multiple Dora. Oldpier also with a odd pair is hanchan for both Chitoitsu and Pinfu. Well, standard hand that can be a Pinfu at the moment. Anony 3 away from Chinitsu, 2 away from Honitsu. Adenis is going for the open Tanya Doraichi. That might be the final hand of this hanchan, huh? That's a pawn, that's a pawn. Then yes, Chun Anko with Akadora, that is a guaranteed 2-6 at the moment. Adenis is up to Tenpai. 2 tiles in the wall to win off of Anony Ishanten, Hon Itsunomi. Oldpier Ishanten Chitoitsu Aka. Anony Pons, Hon Itsunomi Tenpai. Actually, that doesn't get into first place or anything. That's too cheap. Anony's hand is too cheap. Can't believe I'm saying that. Oldpier might deal into Adenis. Not yet. Chitoitsu is magic. And zheitny deals into Anony. The game still goes on. The game is not over yet. Anony needs 2,100 points to beat Adenis. That means pretty much anything is enough. And this time, no Honitsu. Anony has to start with Ishanten with a Chun Anko and melds in 2 different suits. And still he discards the 7-1, which immediately backfires on him. Never change, Anony, never change. Always keep the other tiles. Okay, Oldpier to come back needs to get a Tsumo of 5-2 minimum. This hand could become a pretty strong Honitsu. With Dora Shah, it can make the comeback. Now discard the pay, go for Toi Toi. Oh my god, Anony! He breaks the Shunsu and insists on winning a Toi Toi hand. Speaking of Toi Toi, Adenis has the same aim here, although a Kuitan is also available. Adenis spawns again, chooses Toi Toi. Anony is backfiring a bit. Pay is completely useless for him because Oldpier has the other 3. Oldpier has to go open here for something Shah-like. Sting for a Menhon is not really a good move. Anony Pons, Ishanten on Chun possible Toi Toi. If it Chunomi runs Oldpier, that will actually only do me into 2nd place. That would be the most ridiculous thing ever. Anony backfires around what could have been a Sun Anko Tsuma. Oldpier with the Hatsu pair. Now this is some Anony level stuff. Honitsu Ishanten. Then also going for Toitsu with this Chitoi. So everybody has a Toitsu hand. Out comes the Haku. Anony discards the Ro, so giving to 100,000 in his hand. But those are completely useless. He can't. Anony has lost this. He has lost this by stubborn willingness to go for the most unwieldy, expensive hand imaginable. Oldpier has him outplayed. Although Oldpier cannot run the Haku, because that would be too cheap to make a comeback. So in that case, if Anony discards Haku, Oldpier passes, zheitny discards Haku, and then Oldpier runs the Yamagoshi. That's possible. Adenis then by Totoi Aka. But then if I just don't see a way for Anony to do anything here. If he draws 5, so discards north, and then there's a draw. Okay, Anony deals into Oldpier. Oldpier runs, and Oldpier's hand is too cheap for him to make a comeback, so Oldpier still loses the game. What are you doing? And Anony takes second place. Also, what are you doing? So you have Adenis first place at plus 58. A really strong performance. Anony still not bad at plus 20. zheitny, a poor performance for the third place Neos 34 and Oldpier really bad with minus 44. Okay, technical issues done. Now we're ready for the second hanchan of the final match. This will be the final game of the first round. The final two players will be decided. At the moment, Adenis, strong with the first place performance, positive 58. Anony also strong with a plus 20. The biggest gap is actually below him, with zheitny a full 54,000 points below Anony. And Oldpier is last, not much below zheitny, but still needs quite a performance to make it to the top 2. The game's going to begin in 2 minutes. This time Anony will deal first, actually. Last game, his crazy style of going for only the most expensive Toitoi and Unitsu hands was partially successful, but it completely destroyed him at the very end when he basically could have had a fine tempo on the second turn, declaring a guaranteed game in Riichi, but instead spent about 12 turns digging his way into a dead-end Ishanten before dealing into Oldpier, who then called Ron, despite that Ron not being enough for him to advance to third. Meanwhile, Adenis went for most of the time a very cheap hand style, mostly open hands from him, while zheitny playing mostly closed, though not with much flair really, and didn't accomplish much in the end, dealing into a lot of hands to end up at only some 6,000 points remaining at the end of the game. Now the second hanchan. Anony deals, Dora is south, nobody has any souths. Adenis has 4 pairs including Ton. That might be another open Yakuai hand really fast. Although, well, oldpier has the last Ton, so Adenis has to call that when it's time. Oldpier, who is overall last, has a working hanchan then towards dumping Dora. That's a good start for him. Anony's hand appears to be a Manzu Honitsu, which was his favorite last game. Oldpier's second Akadora. This hand is pretty serious. Adenis already open without even the Yakuhai. The hand is a Toi, possibly Ton. For the calling, has a fitting voice. Zheitny, meanwhile, is actually pinfu ishanten. Not bad. Oldpier Ryunshanten, Adenis 2 calls ishanten, Oldpier ishanten. So 3 players in ishanten at the moment. Oh, so. Anony is still ways away from this Menhon Itsu Hatsu hand. Adenis Tenpai, no Yakuba, at least. Actually, he has Ton, so it's fine. Just a 3-6 pin weight. Somebody might deal in. Anonia Ryunshanten. And Adenis gets the cheap ass Gomitsuma. Following this style in the previous game. A fast lead with fast wins. Anonia to technical last place. This time Anony has a pair of the Dora Ton. If given the opportunity, would he call it? And of course he discards past the single most useful tile in his entire hand, the Suvan. Adenis has a good shape, runs then towards Pinfu Sanshaku Dora. zheitny is dealing and has a run something for Pinfu. Oldpier run something for nothing at all, which is enough to get to first at this point. Oldpier Ishanten. Adenis breaking the run something he had going for Tanya, which isn't a terrible idea. Anonia now. He did ignore the one of the east earlier. There's still a chance for it, of course. Ignoring a Yakuhai pawn possibility reminds me of a certain someone. Adenis still runs something. Adenis Ishanten. That would be Tampin IP Dora at best. He ignores the Ishanten? Why? Why on earth? That's not how you play the game. zheitny is actually Tempai, a Yakuless Doraless Tankimachi, sitting Dama. Anony is revenge, and then it's still a strong hand. Then he gets a possible terminal. Doesn't target on that either. Anony ja Ishanten. On its Dora at least. Stuff like IPK, Doras and Ton all possible. This is not Tempai. Anony keeps the Hatsu for whatever reason. Adenis is still choking in a Ryo-Shanten. Backfire all the time. Oldpier is Ishanten on that completely worthless hand. Adenis stumbles into a Ishanten finally. Oh, it's Anony as something that is making the Pinzu look scary. Adenis Tempai, Pinfu Akatakame IP. Reach your Dama. Dama, then it is. Where's the last East, by the way? Well, we're out of time. And zheitny gets a Tsumonomi! 500 all. zheitny to first place and hanchan. Of course, in reality, the game is still pretty much nothing has happened. We're stuck in his second round Ippomba with flat points. Of course, nothing means that Adenis and Anony go ahead. Though at the current score, zheitny will be the one advancing. Thanks for being first while Anony is last. Then getting a good Ryo-Shanten towards Pinfu. Adenis goes open towards a 2 Yakuhai attack. Anony going towards a Pinzu Honitsu with 3 Dora. He's even got the no call option on because there was 0 lag when the EP was discarded. He's not even considering calling. And he's determined to win with that style. Though Adenis's Shampoo weight is completely blocked. But no, that was just a bad move. Even if you're footed, then you can at least take it if you're for your Ishanten shape. That takes 7 mana. zheitny going towards a Manzu Honitsu possibly. Oldpier's Riichi. It's Riichi Pinfu Dora. The way he destroyed his IPK for no reason. Not that there's more than 1 7-so left, but yeah, chances are it won't backfire really, but it's possible it will. Anony Ishanten Chitotsu Dorasan is actually really strong. Last game's big successes were from Chitotsu hands mostly. zheitny drops a Nana in defense, and Adenis calls it for a Tempai. And Oldpier deals to Adenis. And that's a 3-9 plus the Honma plus the Rage Stick. Oldpier back to last place. With a... down to 19,000 points. And Adenis back to first place. Things are almost as they were before. Now Anony and zheitny have swapped places, but they're so much closer than they were previous games that Anony is advancing unconditionally. And this time Oldpier is going for some of that Anony magic, a Honitsu Toitoi Akanan. But Adenis reach on the second turn. And it's a really good one too! Riichi Pinfu Dora Dora! A chance of even Haneman Sumo. Oldpier is not giving up. Honitsu Toitoi Nan Aka coming up. That's hanchan guaranteed, right? Anony's hand is crap in comparison. And zheitny's hand is bad too. It's about Adenis versus oldpier. And the thing is that the oldpier's manzu are blocking Adenis' weight pretty successfully. Of the 3-6 man, half are already in oldpier's hand. With the 5th one in Anony's hand, that means only 3 tiles for Adenis to sumo off. And there's another one of Adenis' tiles. Anony on the defensive actually. It looks like he can better in the end. Zheitny actually pawns the haku, despite it being a safe tile. Looks like he wants to challenge for a higher position. Zheitny calls again, and it's now eigth. Oldpier pawns, eigth as well. Anony is the only one defending at the moment. Now that's unexpected. Zheitny throws a 6 man of faith, keeps it. That was the last 6 man. Adenis can't sumo. However, oldpier has a hard time winning as well. In fact, can he even win? All the 5 mans are down. Maybe if he draws 7 man. But there's one sumo tile left, last 3 man. And as I say that, Adenis gets it. The final sumo tile, that's 4,000 all. With the Uradora, 6,000 all. Adenis' lead cannot be challenged. He looks to be advancing out of this round. Guaranteed. With a total score of over 100. Anony is going fast actually. This is a... Well, because he has so much stuff in Dora in that suit of manzu that this Haku Dora 5. Well, this is fast and open, but it is not cheap by any means. Things it even rather if only calls a gun of the Dora Pavan. I'm just going for yet another Toto type hand, this time with Hatsu. Anonia Tempai. Okay, so Haneman guaranteed. Tanki 5 man. There's currently only 1 left in the wall. Win chances very low. Adenis, hand value practically nothing. Win chances very high. Anonia deals in. Adenis takes another win, and this now Anonia is on the verge of actually falling to last. Anonia's next hand is either a Manzu, Honitsu, or Ekko Kushimuso. Adenis with a good starting hand has a double Dora and a Haku pair in this Sanshanten shape. Oldpier has a crap Sanshanten with a single Yakuhai pair. Adenis gets a pawn of the second Haku. Kokushimuso is dead at the moment. Anony has to aim for a Chanta or something stupid like that. Honro toi. No, this is a Chitoitsu. Maybe a Yunshan Ruanpeiko would have been the trick. So looking at Anony and zheitny at the moment. The bonus difference between second and third is only 20,000 points, plus some 6,000 from their difference, and that's only 26 of their old 54 gained. Zheitny needs more points to advance, and Zheitny is Ricci. A Ricci only cheap in weight of all things. Anony meanwhile building something nonsensical in this hand. As long as Anony can play strong defensive. Let's assume Adenis wins twice. The bonus difference between second and fourth is 30,000. And then if zheitny is 25,000 points above Anony, that is enough to advance. So if there's only 2 in the wall, no gun available either. Adenis is Tempa with Dora, Yon, Haku. That's a guaranteed dealer Mangan. If anyone deals with that, that's absolutely horrible for them. The weight is 5/8 so. All the 8 souls are out. There's currently 2 5 so left. Oldpier goes open, at best none Doraichi. Adenis Tsumos. 4,000 all. Nobody can stop Adenis. This is going to be an absurd dominating performance by him in this round. He's up to 65,600 points. And that means a score of plus 75 on the in the end game scorings. Anony's got another nice hand for us here. As for Kokushi, it's only 8 orphans. As for some kind of Chanta Honitsu, it's Sushanten. So still a way to go. Adenis is Rajaten with a Chun pair. Zheitny has Dora Dora. That might be the way to come back against Anonia's lead in this series. Zheitny is on them, so it would only be a Dora Dora pin for Ichi. And now what does he do? He wants to be super greedy than the 9 so. But he's not super greedy. Actually, I think the best move there would have been 6-man. And it backfired in the end. If Zheitny had now the Su pin in his hand, he could go for a really strong Tanya pin for IPK Dora Dora type attack. Anony's Kokushi is still 3 away from Tenpai. Zheitny hits a mega backfire. That would actually have been the Tanya pin for IPK Dora Dora Tsumo Haneman guaranteed even Damaten. Adenis open yet again, of course. Chun only coming up. Okay, so Anonia's hand. Zheitny declares Ricci. It's a full written Ricci Tanya pin for Dora Dora. If he hadn't backfired back then, this would have been so great, but at the moment it's not so notable. Actually, no soup in left. There's Zheitny's Ricci is empty. There's none left in the wall. In fact, he himself knows it's a full written hell weight. Yet had he gotten it properly, had he played the digitally correct moves would have been a 3 Haneman sumo. This was a complete failure by zheitny. Which I recall he has done before. Back in the East and West tournament, killing his own teammate with a direct hit. This time he's only killing his own chances of advancing by throwing away a Haneman. Since Anony gave up on his hand, that's something gained for zheitny. But in the end, Adenis might just end up with Adenis winning the hand, as he loves to do. Oldpier Tempai. Tanya only. Crappy weight. Now he calls a con. Who got the Sindoras? Nobody did. Adenis Tempai waiting on the Chun. Well, no, actually he's waiting on Su1. So Anonia is the only one in Northern. And this means Anonia is last place. So at the moment, again, the difference between second place and last place when it comes to bonuses is 30,000. And the difference between Anonia and zheitny is 54,000. That means zheitny needs a 25,000 point lead over Anonia on top of being 2 places above him at the moment. And oldpier has a serious hand this time. A possible Hon Itsu Itsu Haku. Oldpier skips the first chance upon the Haku. Takes second chance is to Ishanten. Dora is south. Anony going towards a Chanta Sanshoku with possibly a south pair. Adenis going towards a Sousu on Itsu. So big hands from every side. Oldpier once again. Now for oldpier to make the comeback over Anonia, he needs a even larger lead. The full 35,000 point difference with him in second and Anonia in last. zheitny breaks up the Ipeko. Even the cheat a possibility. Oldpier Tsumos. That's a Gosen Miyako. It almost is pretty significant and oldpier takes second place. Of course, the only one that truly helps at the moment is Anonia. But if oldpier builds up a true fortress of points, he could still advance. Specifically with a difference of difference has to be 35,000. They're currently 11,000 points apart, which means we need an extra 26,000. That means even a dealer Haneman Sumo can't do it in one shot, he has to do it in 2 steps. The current hand is for oldpier is a plain Richinomi in Ishanten. zheitny's Riichi, 1 Dora, and concentrate on cheapin. Anony actually. zheitny patsat sumos! That's a mangan. And zheitny now has his chance to come back. He is at the moment 70,200 points above Anonia. He needs to get over 25,000 points above him. That means if zheitny mangan sumos now, he advances. This is a big chance. A mangatsu will both knock Anonia down to 0 or negative and get him enough points that he will advance over Anonia in the end. Nice for the hands. Anony is dealing, Dora is 9, so we have 2 Dora for zheitny's hanchan. That's his advancement ticket. Oldpier has a Ro32 towards a pretty crappy, not even painful, not anything at all. Anony is going for something fairly standard 3-switch stuff, maybe call, but he cannot pawn the Haku because he and Adenis both have Haku pairs, and this gives oldpier and zheitny the freedom to act. And zheitny now gets the hanchan, reaches small painful Dora, is his ticket to the next round. Adenis might go for a zheitny. Anony trashing his hand, going towards maybe a honitsu again. Does not realize how close to death he is at the moment. Then he has the fatal hanchan, a 3 Dora pinfu. Zheitny's hand is a monster. Adenis is going open. He needs a chun which is 2 in the wall. Zheitny tempai. Reach a pinfu Dora-san. He wins this and he will be advancing. If Anony is the one is paying, Anony is knocked out. Anony pursues the final duel. But Anony's weight is completely dead. Unless Adenis defends by discarding Haku, Anony cannot win. As for zheitny's weight, 4-7, 4-4-7-7. There's full 4 in the wall. It seems like zheitny has done it. Adenis won't break up his Haku anymore. Come on, Adenis, drop the chun. But wait, if zheitny doesn't win, then the game goes on, and zheitny doesn't win it. This ends in a draw. The game is yet undecided.
Sumo.
Excuse me. Oldpier with a heighted sumo pinfu ipeiko. And what does this mean now? Now let's think. Anony has lost no matter what. Zheitny or oldpier, if they sumo anything, they are second place. So oldpier would need a difference of 35,000. That is 15,000 currently, or a Haneman sumo immediately is a win for oldpier. Well, zheitny is a 25,000 point difference from the current effectively 19,000. So all he needs is a 2,000 all. However, non-doraichi is not enough zheitny. Zheitny can try to direct hit Anony though. Zheitny gets Dora. Now that is a advancement hand. As for Anony's hopes, his hopes is that the Adenis wins and Anony pays so that the round ends. Anony hanchan. Doesn't want it because Junpei is dead. But it wasn't bad, he could have gone for a Sanshoku Dora or something. Get something better than Ipeiko Doraichi. Zheitny hanchan, Anony hanchan. Anony still hanchan, now possible Pinfu Sanshoku Ipeiko Dora. That's a possible Damahane. Oldpier Tempai Ipeiko only reaches. He wants to run Zheitny or Adenis directly. If he just sumos or runs Anony, that's not enough. zheitny with a slightly odd discard. Anonia calls. Tenpai, Sanshoku Doradora. This is completely winnable for Anonia. In fact, there's no real loss condition for him anymore. Even if he deals in, that's not enough damage. Unless oldpier hits 1 million Uradora or something ridiculous like that. Zheitny is easy, and actually has none Dora-san. That is of course advancement material. Adenis is going for a Tanya or Doradora just to join the battle. Zheitny is still on the offensive. Oldpier Tsumos! Reach Sumo IPK, and if he gets the Messenger, that's Ura, but it's not enough! According to my calculations, oldpier should and Zheitny should still both be below Anonia in terms of total score. The game is over due to Anonia busting out. And let us calculate the points one last time. Anonia gets negative 32. Oldpier gets the negative 36. And Zheitny gets a negative 59. As you can see, Anonia beats oldpier by a couple thousand points. Specifically, that should be a negative 36, specifically 4,000. So the final place advancing from this round will be the dominating Adenis and the inconsistent but ultimately successful Anonia, the Yakuwan machine. So this has been the final match of the first round. The second round is set to begin as soon as tomorrow. The quarterfinals will feature, like this round, 4 players each, 2 hanchan, top 2 go ahead. Now it's time for the next Sake episode. Thank you for watching.